Good morning on this sunny Friday, it is today. So we're over at this project here that we've been following the journey through, and now we have the SK06 window fitted, the 2-in-1 new Velux window that just come out in March, standalone video for that one dropping, and then this beautiful 3-in-1 Velux now all fitted in place. And also the structure is all done. So we are fully completed now on all the structure stage. So if you look back at roughly 2 weeks ago, the difference that we've got to at this point now is phenomenal. So on this build, if you haven't followed the journey, so we've got this one spine beam that's there that goes front to back. Then we've then got an eaves beam that goes off that way and one that way for the dormer. And then we've got two larger stills going this way and this way. So basically the reason is, by doing that, it saves us having to span from that side all the way to there. The size of the still would be massive. So not only manual handling, cost and stuff like that, it'd just be really unpractical. So we put a steel beam in the middle to split the span. Now, some keen viewers may go, well, why is that spine beam not there to pick up that post? The reason being is, if you was to put the spine beam in at this point, that lands slap bang on a window on the existing. So lintel-wise, it's a bit of a pig to upgrade the lintel to be able to get the spine beam to work over it. So what we then have is this other smaller steel that's just bolted to the underside of this bigger one, both sides, and then that takes the steel post, which is then carrying the ridge beam. So same thing again, we've got a steel going from left to right, but a ridge beam in this roughly in the center, which takes the span down, so it breaks the span instead of being 9.5 meters to like 4.5 meters, for example. And then because we've got these timber gables, but it is brickwork below, because obviously our stills sit on them, we've then got timber posts sat at each end built into the splandrel panel, I believe they're called. And then we've then got our dormer that then protrudes off the original rafter that's doubled up. But we will actually build a wall directly below, so that rafter won't be taking the full weight anyway. Eventually we will have a wall directly below because we'll have a continuous wall through. Then the dormer itself, obviously this is a 9.5 meter dormer. It's approximately 3 meters deep, so it's quite a sizable space. And we've got 3 windows. We've got that one there, and then we've got one on the end. And then the clients opted, because we've got this rear apex area here, this smallish triangle here is eventually going to be a door into access into that area there. So we've got some valuable storage space there. So we weren't overly bothered about making the most of this storage space here because it is quite fiddly and awkward. Whereas at least in that bit, we've got a decent sizable space that we can utilise. Electrician's bin, so we've run all our first fix cables now and everything is in place electrical wise, and same with the plumber has been, and we've got all our feeds in, hot and cold feeds, as well as our radiator points that are there. Now we bring the radiator pipes out in copper because they're like being able to be seen, so they're visual, if that makes sense. But then in the bathroom itself, it'll all be plastic up to the point that it comes out the wall. So the plumbers will come back in the near future once we've got our stud walls up, and then we'll then elbow out in copper so that it can be either on show or just, it just looks nicer in copper outside. But nowadays no one does copper all the way through. Traditionally it's all plastic stuff now. It's just a lot easier to work with. So the next stage for us now is basically insulating. We're pretty much there, we're all knocked out, everything's set, ready. So the next step will be is the insulation is getting delivered today, so we're going to start insulating the process of this whole loft. I just can't believe what a difference a couple of weeks makes. If we drop some slides in here of the very original build at the beginning where it's just insulation everywhere and it's just one big structure, you see such a difference in space now and how bright it is, just not only with the windows at the front but also with the window openings that we're going to have at the back. So it's going to be a great space. So not forgetting, we've got the bathroom in that corner, we've got like a little home office going to be in that area there, and then this is going to be the bedroom here. But what's quite different on this one, we're going to have double doors at the top of the landing, which is going to look quite nice. And I believe the client's on about putting an aircon unit at the top. So not only that it covers the room, but it would also help push cold air down into the hallway, down into the existing house as well. So it's like a double whammy. But that's a wrap of this stage now. Hopefully you're enjoying the journey. Hopefully this little video just showcases what stage we're at the moment. And yeah, don't forget to take a look at our standalone videos that we are doing of some of the build all the way through, as well as the major series all the way through. But yeah, as I said, it's Friday, so we're going to crack on. We're trying to get a bit of insulation done, depending on what time it turns up. And we're going to enjoy our weekend, and we're back next week to carry on insulating and plasterboarding. And the plan is to get the stairs in later on in the week, hopefully. So, as well as outsides now cladded, fascias on, gutters on, so we're very close to completing the outside as well. So come the end of next week, we should be able to give you a really good update of the journey all the way through. Stairs should be fitted, should be nearly ready for plastering, and the outside should be done, and we can talk about getting rid of the scaffold. Enjoy your weekend. We'll catch up with you soon.